I hope this video finds you well. I want to ask you a question. How does this holiday season make you feel? Or a more important question might be, how do you want to feel about this holiday season? Are you all excited about it, or are you feeling bad that you're not more excited? Or is this just a difficult time of year for you? If you're in the camp where you are really feeling a little bit challenged, then this vlog is for you. Whether it's Christmas, Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa, even the most ardent celebrators don't escape feeling a little bit blue, however fleetingly, at some point over the holidays. It's just a time that so easily triggers our expectations of how relationships should be and what a good family should look like. There's also a lot of pressure around this time of year to be feeling happy and upbeat. And, you know, if you're not, you can end up feeling really bad about yourselves, feeling like a Scrooge, even if there's some really good reasons why. Many valid things may be contributing to your holiday blues. Financial worries, or overindulging, or that it reminds you of somebody that you love who has now passed. We can even blame the weather on it, right? That seasonal affective disorder. But even just the sheer anticipation of it all can leave you feeling flat, especially if it failed to deliver or if you over-delivered. For many women, the blues can be caused by all the work that's involved in making everybody else's holiday wonderful. But this year, I encourage you to swap the over-accommodating for a more creative way to make everyone happy. And yes, that also includes you, girl. It can be really hard just to let go of tradition. But today I'm going to give you some options that might make that much easier. I'm Nikki Green, a sexual marital therapist and affairs expert and the co-founder of the Academy of Lasting Love. And I've put together a few ideas that have served me really well over the years. And I hope that they'll inspire you to dump the usual holiday hustle and reinvent things for yourself this year. So firstly, I want to talk about managing your expectations. I mean, the holiday season can be a wonderful time, but the stress of cooking and cleaning and sorting out all the gifts can be so distracting that it becomes hard to really appreciate the time with your family. The key here is to avoid setting unrealistic expectations that will make you feel like a failure, even if any little thing goes wrong. For example, instead of, expecting it all to be wonderful and go off without a hitch, try and be more realistic. Maybe hope for some good food, a couple of moments to connect with loved ones, and a few little pockets where you can relax. I guess what I'm really trying to say here is, don't let perfection be the enemy of good. And I know that a lot of ladies out there will know exactly what I'm talking about, right? If this time of year is sad for you because, you lost a loved one, or you're really missing not having someone special to share it with, then find a blue holiday service in your area if you can, or online if you can't. It can just be a much more authentic way to honor your loss or your loneliness, because just feeling and acknowledging the pain allows us to move through it, very possibly to a place of appreciation for all the wonderful memories that we once shared, or maybe an excited anticipation for what's yet to come. As these services usually fall in the around the winter solstice, there's often enough time for you to get happy again by the big day. And you can also, help other family members if they're feeling the loss too by setting a seat at the table for the absent or departed loved one. Next, don't overschedule yourself. Cramming things into your calendar will just increase your level of stress as the holiday approaches. Make a strategic plan instead regarding all the gift and food buying, and try to get as much of it done ahead of time as possible. That way that you'll have time for, maybe for once in your life, to enjoy the little holiday rituals or visits that can serve to get you in the mood and bond with family and enjoy the beauty of this season. That's really what memories are made of, right? This is also a great time to create family traditions with your kids or your grandkids if you were too busy working when your kids were small. Making festive dishes together, or even doing some outreach work with the children. Maybe for people who don't get to have presents or festive food the way you do. It can really develop the habit to help at an early age, and it also helps them understand what the true gift of giving is all about, so that it's not a box-ticking exercise. Then tell them how much you appreciate their help and how much you enjoy just being with them. People, even kids, love to please, especially if they're getting kudos for it. If it's true, tell them that you believe that the things that you're making are even tastier because you're making them together. Or point out how fortunate you feel to have all this while so many others don't. Don't try and shove it down their throat though, because they will reject it. Perspective is such a great way to build appreciation. Next, stop auto-accommodating. Please, please, please do yourself a huge favor and learn how to just say no. Obligations run rife at this time of year. Just trust that you're a good enough wife, mother, friend, and make a pact with yourself not to do anything that you don't really want to this holiday. Trust me, you'll still be doing loads of stuff. But if it doesn't feel like something you want to do, simply say, for the sake of my sanity, I'm going to say no to that request. And just give them a big smile. Remember, anyone who keeps pushing obviously thinks that their needs or the needs of their project are more important than your needs or, in fact, your sanity. And it shouldn't be that hard to say no to them after you know that, right? If you're fed up with the obligatory pressures around gift giving, certainly introduce Secret Santa if you haven't already. It's a great way to take the pressure off everyone. Just because growing up, many of us had loads of gift to unwrap, or if we didn't, we wish we did. It doesn't mean that we have to blindly do that for our kids too. Don't be afraid to talk to them about the sense of obligation or futility or whatever it is that you feel regarding all the time and effort that it takes to shop and wrap all this stuff, most of which will actually end up in the landfill anyway. Ask them to help you understand what the best bits of the holidays are for each of them. Give them examples or come up with a list together as a family of all the things that might be fun or meaningful. This helps younger kids understand the options as well. Then incorporate all of the things that everyone has chosen into making it a real holistic family experience. This is such a great team building exercise. If they love presents, and what kid doesn't, ask them to consider options. One example might be 1 or 2 truly great presents instead of a whole bunch of so-so presents. Another may be to give a little stocking with a few yummy, fun or useful things in them, and include some money so that they can buy what they truly want. This was always my daughter Cleo's option, and we still had a great Christmas, creating traditions and making and eating wonderful food together. But she also got to buy what she really wanted, often at a huge discount, after, at the after Christmas sales, and that made it even better for her. Next, ask or offer help. If you're the kind-hearted soul who's offered to host, realize that just organizing the food and the guests and giving them a place to gather is already giving more than most. If you do it every time and there are several families involved, or it doesn't feel right to foot the bill each year, it's not unreasonable to add everything up that everybody has spent and then divide up the costs among the number of adults present. Don't forget to let them go home with some leftover food too, if you choose that option. Don't be afraid to delegate either, whether it's organizing who brings what dish, or ordering out, or asking people to come early to help prepare. It really does feel good for people to give and to help, so you're actually doing them a huge favor, so you don't need to feel bad about asking them to come and help. Next, allow for some time out. When you're in the fray of a family event, even if you're unaware of it, the pressure can easily build, especially at this time of year. It's not unreasonable for you to want to take some time alone, whether it's going for a quick walk or just having a cup of herbal tea in your bedroom. Or you might want to just pop out to the shops alone. But just this little time out can provide a mental or emotional reset and possibly some much needed perspective. Next, give the family the benefit of the doubt, but not free rein. Whether it's working hard to make a good impression with your partner's family for the first time, or whether it's avoiding controversial topics like religion or politics, be they global or family politics. Always keeping in mind the end game will help make sure that you don't lose perspective. If you do find yourself in the middle of a heated debate among family members or relatives, just say, listen, while everyone is certainly entitled to their own opinion, for the sake of not spoiling this experience for everybody involved, especially after I've worked so hard at it, I would really appreciate it if you guys would please save this heated conversation for another day when we're not celebrating or under the influence of alcohol or stress or lack of sleep. Anyway, I hope I've given you some food for thought, and that keeping some of these things in mind will help you have a much easier and more enjoyable holiday. If you like the sound of any of these, or if I've missed some out and you've got some other great ideas, please comment below. Also, if you would like a transcript of this, please sign up for our newsletter at the following link. I don't know where it is, probably below. Anyway, until next time, please don't forget to be good to yourself, and as always, keep it real.